dreams, left the sunshine behind. Now Arkansas calls, where the land's untamed and wild. Gary, Mary, Miller, we're carving out of space, building a homestead at our own pace.
Well, good morning, good morning. Well, happy Easter, everybody. Well, yes, even though it's Easter, the girls are getting ready to set up to do their Easter thing. And I thought, you know what, I got a few hours here while they're doing their thing, getting everything ready. And before some more rain's supposed to come in, they're saying it's gonna come. It's only gonna be like an hour or so of rain, so it shouldn't be very much at all. And anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out here and work on this morning. I'm gonna try and get this awning put up right here. And so we're gonna work on that. And of course, you got Mousy over here trying to tell me all about it. She's like, no, you ain't doing that today. I want to go play. So anyway, let's get after that. I've been getting some stuff rounded up, so I'm gonna get after that and see what we can get done. All right, we'll see you in a short. Alright, no more bullets. They all seem to be lining up pretty good. Got this one right here, it's just a little bit high, but that's because the fascia board is kicked out just a little bit, and that's what I was telling you about earlier, that we'll adjust that accordingly. And plus, once I get the fascia board across there, that'll help pull it down a little bit and make it sweet. But let's give you an idea of what we're looking at here. So that'll be a nice cover hanging out there. We're gonna let them overhang about a foot, and that should give the dogs a little area they can come out and kind of take care of the minor business without being in the rain, even though for the most part the rain doesn't really bother them too much. Like in a light rain, they'll just lay out here, they don't care. But heavy rain, yeah, they don't want to have any part of that. But other than that, all the tails look nice and even down through there. You can see that they all look pretty sweet down through there. So we'll put a chalk line on them here in a little bit. I ran out of battery on the drill, so but you know, and it never fails. It's Murphy's Law, y'all. Last two screws, I got one almost all the way in there, and I'm still missing one right there. So last two, run out of battery. Murphy's Law. So anyway, I'll be back in just a short. We're gonna put the fascia on, and then we're gonna start getting the metal on, okay? See you in a minute. All right, y'all. This is where I stop and interject and tell you something, a little safety tip here, so to speak, and also to help you in your future. So you see my cord here, right? Let me get you up close so you can see this. See how it's all taped up and everything? Now, I've had this saw about 15-20 years. I've had this saw a very long time. I had a bunch of guys work for me, and you know, a couple of them were old school carpenters. So if you ever see this on your job, if you're the boss or if you're just the guy that's walking around picking up trash, you see somebody do this, stop them. Okay, this is what happens. Some of the old school carpenters like to take their saw like this and pin this guard up. And then what they do is they stick a wedge in here like that. Okay? This holds the guard back. What happens to the saw? the blade keeps exposed. You fire up the saw, okay? And then what happens is they lay it down. So the saw will either take off and run across there. If they don't flip it right, I've seen them cut their hands, their fingers. I've seen them cut my cord, okay? I don't care if they're using their own saw or not. You ever see anybody do that, don't stop them. Right away, just stop them right there. Don't let them do it, okay? That's very dangerous, and it's, in my opinion, it's stupid. So please don't let people do that. If you see somebody doing that, just stop them. So anyway, let's get back to the build here. I'm cutting these all at about 15 degrees. So that gives me just a little bit of slope off of there. My fascia board is kicking out just a little bit, but that's okay. I can shim that back once I get all the boards up there. And what I'll do is I'll just loosen the screws a little bit, and I'll put some little tiny shims in behind them, because you know this is a 100-year-old barn, so this is how we solve this problem. So what I'll do is I'm going to put them all up there, and then once I get them all up there, we'll see how they all line up with a string line across the top, and then we'll go in and just loosen up the screws, and if we have to shim them in or whatever to make the board kick out this way and get more level, or screw it inward to get it back this way, just anything to keep them all level across there. So the plan is to stick all these in there like this. Here's our fascia board. We're going to stick them all up like that. All right, and then that gives us our slope. 15 degrees is more than enough for this little bit, and then we're going to put our fascia board on there, and then we'll put a couple of braces down to the wall, and that should hold it all in place, and then we'll put our metal on. This is a pretty simple little job, but it just takes a little bit of time. So I thought, you know what, I got a couple hours before the rain, and Shorty went out and found her Easter basket, and because she still, even though she's 14, y'all, she still loves to get into the holidays and all that kind of stuff. She just loves it. So let's go ahead and finish this up, or not finish it, but let's get busy on it, okay? And then we'll get going. We'll show you some more of what's going on. Right, so I got one fascia board up there, and I'm using the 2x4 on the outside edge to make this all a little bit lighter. I'm trying to avoid having any kind of posts in between here. So I figure the way I'm doing this here and the overhang, I think this will work out just fine as far as getting all of this to act right, and and be structurally sound. Now this ain't gonna take no hurricane wind or anything like that, but I think it'll be just fine for anything that's going on up here. If these tents will survive it, then this will survive it, not a problem. So all right, let's get back to work. We got one more 2x4 to put up. Looks like I've got everything, looks good, just that 2x4 down there is bent, is crooked, a little bit crooked, but it'll do fine. But it is starting to sprinkle a little bit out here, so I don't know if I'm going to get wet or not. But I'm going to keep going with this real light sprinkle. It's not hurting me any. It's actually kind of making it nice out here, so we're just going to let it go at that. So let's keep going. All right, we got one piece of plywood up, and we got the rest of our fascia on. I still got to cut the ends of it off, but the wind's starting to pick up. See, I got to cut this off over here, or I may just leave it hanging out there and just let the plywood do its thing for right now, just because that gives us a nice little cover over top of the gate right here, right here. So I don't know, but let's see. But for right now, wind's picking up, the sprinkles are starting to get a little harder. We got one piece up there for now, and I need to round up some tar paper or something for up there. I wasn't going to do it at first, but the more I think about it for longevity, I think I need to get a roll of Tyvek or something, some house wrap or something to put up there to help seal it up a little bit. I am going to have to put a couple of braces up here and just put one that comes out like this on both ends, and that will secure it enough. And or I might just have them come right off the wall and come straight out across here and just come out here and butt into this. You know, I think they'll be just fine running across there like that, and everything will be stable enough. So anyway, I'll bring you back here in just a short. I'm gonna take a little break, get out of this just in case this does start raining. I'm gonna pick the tools up because I don't want them getting all soaked out here. So I'll be back in just a short. All right, good morning. It's the day after the rain. Mary's gonna be out here helping me this morning. We're trying to get the rest of this plywood up here, and I think instead of putting some roofing stuff on it, we're just gonna put plastic on it for now. And I think that'll, you know, at least keep some of the water out. Being this barn is not square, this edge is not totally right, I'm fighting with the plywood a little bit. So she's gonna give me a hand about getting that up there, and we're gonna put some plastic on there and some tape and put the metal down. That way at least it'll be sealed up and we'll be good to go. So let's get hot.
We packed our dreams, left the sunshine behind. Now Arkansas calls, where the land's untamed and wild. Gary, Mary, Mary, we're carving out of space, building a homestead at our own pace. Welcome to Junktojems, where the work never ends. Off-grid living with our family and friends. We got houseboats to build and tractors to mend. Join the journey, let the adventure begin. From the four-wheelers we're fixing to tiny house dreams. Every day's a challenge, but it's sweeter than it seems. Downsizing our life, but living more free. Come along, share this life with me. Welcome to Junktojems, where the work never ends. Off-grid living with our family and friends. We got houseboats to build and tractors to mend. Join the journey, let the adventure begin. From the live chats, we'll tell you what's new. Sharing our progress and projects with you. From Florida's coast to Arkansas hills, we're chasing freedom and chasing thrills. Welcome to Junktojems, where the work never ends. Off-grid living with our family and friends. We got houseboats to build and tractors to mend. Join the journey, let the adventure begin. Like, subscribe, and share. It's all for free. Together we'll build this homestead dream. Junktojems Homestead, where we live off the land. With hard work and heart, we'll make our stand. From the four-wheelers we're fixing to tiny house dreams. Every day's a challenge, but it's sweeter than it seems. Downsizing our life, but living more free. Come along, share this life with me. Welcome to Junktojems, where the work never ends. Off-grid living with our family and friends. We got houseboats to build and tractors to mend. Join the journey, let the adventure begin. In the live chats, we'll tell you what's new. Sharing our progress and projects with you. From Florida's coast to Arkansas hills, we're chasing
All right, well, as you can see, y'all, looking pretty, but I made a huge mistake. How I did it, I don't know, but somehow I counted 15 panels, and I counted 15 panels like 5 or 6 times, and I put the header up there and everything all for 15 panels. Well, guess what? I only have 14 panels. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it like it is for now. I'm going to screw these pieces down, and I'm quite sure I can find one of these panels around somewhere. I mean, they're not super hard to come across. These are just shed panels. So if anybody out there got a shed panel that's close to this, you know, from one of them sheds, let me know. One of them metal sheds. But like I said, for now, it's got double 12 mil plastic on it, so it's not like it's going to leak or anything like that. And but I'm going to go ahead and leave this like this until I can come up with another panel. I can't shorten this thing or move it either way to make it happen, because it needs 15 panels. So I know I counted 15 panels, I don't know how many times now. So either there's another one laying around here that got picked up and moved somehow or something, but either way, I'm short a panel. But for now, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and put some screws in this, and we're going to leave it like that for now. And at least the dogs got some shade out here, and they'll be able to stay dry right there, and we won't have all that splashing. So when it does rain, you know, we can keep the window open and not have to worry about it. We can get that cool air in there this summer. And like I said, I'll come up with another panel, even if I've got to call the company and order one. You know, ain't no big deal. And if I do that, I'll probably just order 2 of them. I know they're super cheap. So I've already looked them up, and they're not expensive at all. So I'm going to get a hold of the company later on today. Just go ahead and email them and say, hey, you know, I need 1 more panel or 2 more panels, and see if I can't get them to ship them to me. You know, they said that, according to the website, I had to buy a whole pack of them. So, but I'll see. I'm just going to keep looking though. You never know what I can come up with. So again, at least it'll be done, and overall it looks pretty good, I think. I like the way it turned out, and it's pretty stout. So overall, I like it. And I went ahead and put those pieces in there solid, because this part right here will end up getting plywood the rest of the way down there. This piece of plywood right here and the rest of that around the window will all come off, and then we're going to raise the window up 10 inches, and then I'll put the plywood on, and then put the rest of the plywood on there the right way, and get the window sealed up, and have it finished right. So that will be a soon to be project. I'm getting that done right, and then getting the window trimmed out and all that stuff. So right now, you can see the dog's door is coming apart, so we're about to have a big hole right there here soon. I don't know if you can see it, where it's literally starting to come out right there and fall apart. So they need a better door. That was just a real cheap one we happened to have around at the time, from the old place. And you know, that was one of them $15 doors, and they really need something better. Plus, I'd like to go ahead and frame that section out there to have another entrance door right here, so that we can get in and out right around here. You know, come out here without having to go out and around and through the gate. I think it'd be more convenient, and the dogs would like that better too as well. So we gotta work on getting another dog door, and I'm figuring a storm door right there would be nice. And then you know, I'll be able to finish all that part out right up there and put a storm door right there, and that way it'll be nice for the winter time as well. You know, a nice storm door will usually keep that insulated pretty well. I mean, the one we have on the front right now did very, very well for the winter, and there will be another one towards the back here So we'll be able to take care of all that. And anyway, so that's the plan. And overall, I think we're okay. Like I said, this double plastic, so we're good there. But you see what I'm missing? One panel. Isn't that crazy? So I'll just we'll do that, keep it going for now. I'll probably put a piece of wood up there or something to help hold the plastic down right, so I can remove my clamps, and that'll help shed the water off. But in the meantime, I think we're gonna call it a day. You know, we did half a day yesterday, half a day today, and I think we're rocking and rolling. So anyway, so don't forget, like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends, you know, all that good stuff you say every day on every video. I know it's getting old, but you know, you got to do it sometimes. But anyway, so we'll see y'all tomorrow. Hopefully it's going to be dry enough that we can get out here and do some more dirt work, because right now it's still kind of wet. We didn't get a whole lot of rain yesterday. I know I'm rambling on, but we didn't get a whole lot of rain yesterday during that stuff. It was only like I don't know, maybe an hour's worth, but just enough to make everything soaking up wet and just a little slick yet. So I'm gonna give it another day to dry. Hopefully I can get out here and start digging some more and getting this getting ready for the carport. So that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow, is getting ready for the carport, getting ready. I think I'm even gonna dig it all out and maybe even start assembling it. So anyway, we'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, thanks guys for watching.